outside drinking a smoothie, and we are about to go to my 40-week appointment. I can't believe I'm 40 weeks pregnant. Technically tomorrow, so today I'm 39 weeks pregnant and 6 days, and tomorrow is my due date, which is just bizarre. If I look super tired, it's because I am. I was up last night with having contractions basically all night. I finally ended up getting up around 4 a.m. and started timing them, and they were like 5 to 6 minutes apart for the first like few hours, but then they started to become like 7 to 8 minutes apart, and I am still having them. I haven't gone like 10 minutes without having a contraction, but I don't feel like it's time yet. They're averaging 8 minutes apart right now, which I know they should be 5 hours apart, lasting 1 minute for 1 hour. So we're not quite there yet, but I do feel like this could potentially be the early stages of labor. I don't know. My doctor's calling me actually. Hold on. Okay, my AC just kicked on out here. Hopefully you guys can hear me, but I called my doctor earlier. We have an appointment at 10:45, and they were getting closer together. My contractions were getting closer together, and I just wanted to, like, I don't know, I just felt like I should call. And at this point, we're 30 minutes away from my appointment, so I'm like, we might as well just go to the appointment and then see what happens from there. I have one coming on right now, actually. I'm trying to be really diligent about timing these because I haven't been very good at it. But yes, I will talk to you guys after the appointment and see like what's going on, because I do think I'm in early labor, but we're not quite there yet. But this is exciting for sure. Okay, I'm waiting for Ty to get in the car so we can go to my appointment. I feel a contraction coming on. But the other thing I wanted to say was I was having like really strong contractions this morning when I walked Scarlett to school. Hold on, I gotta time this. I can't breathe. But after I took her to school, I came home and laid down because I was just so sleepy, and the contractions started. They still happened, but they started to lighten up and become like greater distances apart. Whew, hold on. So laying down definitely, like I feel like my body needed it, but it did make the contractions less strong, if that makes sense. So I don't know. We'll see what the doctor says.
You have all the snacks you want?
I don't need any snacks. I just had a bean burrito, which was probably not a good idea.
That's terrible.
Because we're having a baby today, possibly tomorrow, but we have a lot to update you guys. So it is a couple hours later now, and where do I even start? So my contractions were real. We went to the OB, and I am now dilated to a 4, 75% effaced, and basically he said that we could go home and labor for a bit, but we need to go back to the hospital today at some point, especially if I want an epidural, which I do. So that's what we're doing right now. Everything's packed up in the car. We've got the car seat back there and all of our bags and stuff, and I'm still trying to process what is happening. It doesn't, like, this doesn't feel real. Does this feel real to you? Because this doesn't feel real to me.
No. It won't feel real until you're in like labor, you know?
Yeah. Honestly,
for me anyway. I mean, I know it feels real for you, but I'm still,
no, it doesn't.
I can't process it.
I don't know how I feel. I'm having contractions, but like I'm not in as much pain as I thought I would. This is happening so different than it did with Scarlett. With Scarlett, my water just broke. So like we knew it was time to go to the hospital. With this, I've just been having contractions, and I feel like I should be in more pain than I am. Like some of them I have to definitely like breathe through, but they're like 5 minutes apart, and with me being so dilated and like ready to have this baby, he was like, yeah, you need to go to the hospital today. So we're having a baby today or tomorrow, but hopefully today. We just went home and packed up the car. I made the bed, did a load of laundry, and now we are stopping by the gas station to get Ty some snacks, and then we are driving.
You don't want anything? You have all the snacks you want.
I just had a bean burrito.
I know, but
why did I eat a bean burrito when I'm about to go into labor? We could be there
all night, you know, before you even...
I have snacks in my bag.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll go pick out some snacks. You're right. You're probably right. Anyways, here's a bump shot. Can't believe we're gonna meet him so soon. Oh, I have so much to update you guys on. Obviously, we are home, and we're home, no baby. So Where do I begin? Yesterday, we went to my OB. He told us to go to the hospital, expecting us to deliver that night, told us who was going to be delivering us. Anyways, we get to labor and delivery. I get hooked up to all the monitors. I know I said a couple times, or like earlier in the video, that I was like, I feel like I should be in more pain, like this doesn't really feel real yet. And I was right. I was definitely having strong contractions, but they were not consistent enough for them to keep me. And on top of that, I had not progressed from the 4 centimeters that I was dilated, because I think I told you guys this. At my OB appointment, I was 4 centimeters dilated, 75% effaced, -1 station, baby's really low. When I got to the hospital, they checked me again. I was still at a 4, and I was 80% effaced. So wasn't really progressing, and they basically gave me the option to walk around for an hour and then be checked again, or I could just go home and labor at home. And so I decided we should just go home. I just didn't feel like it was quite time yet, which really sucks because we were ready. We were 100% ready, got really excited. The emotions were kicking in, like the reality was starting to hit, and then they're like, it's just not quite time yet. So it is what it is. We came home and I have still been having contractions, but they just are not getting worse, and they're not like super consistent. Sometimes they will be consistent and I'll be like, okay, maybe this is it, and then it'll stop. So I think this is, again, prodromal labor, which I kind of talked about like a week ago, because I think I was experiencing this a week ago. And I probably wouldn't have gone to the hospital if my doctor hadn't told us to go, which it's not his fault or anything, but I didn't feel like I felt the consistency. I was in pain. Some of them were painful, but they weren't getting more painful. So like looking back at it now, I'm like, I don't know, it's just not quite time. I think we're in early labor. I think it's going really slow, but we're just not quite there yet. So needless to say, we came home, I walked a ton, sat on my ball a ton, tried a bunch of different things, and nothing is helping. So it is what it is. Today is my due date, so it is November 2nd, the day you guys are seeing this video. I'm like filming this before I post it, so it's in real time, but I wanted to give like a real update and share what's going on. So we thought we were having a baby yesterday or today, got real excited, and it just wasn't quite our time yet, which is okay. Definitely a little bit of a emotional roller coaster, because, you know, we thought yesterday would be the day, but it's what it is. He's gonna come when he's ready, and yeah, so that's the update. I have another doctor's appointment later this week if I make it that far. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous at this point because, like, being dilated to a 4, I really want to get an epidural. I really want to get an epidural. So I'm like, once things start to kick in, like once I start to go into active labor, we're gonna have to move fast and probably get to the hospital fast, because who knows how fast things are gonna progress once I actually, like, the real contractions start. So definitely a little nervous, and I'm feeling a little bit scared about, like anxious, I guess, about what is going to happen over the next few days. And I just want to make sure we get to the hospital, and I really don't want to deliver a baby in a car or anything like that, which probably won't happen. But all of these things are just like running through my head, and definitely just a little anxious about it, more than I was before being dilated to a 4. But I've still been having contractions this morning. They haven't stopped. I've not been timing them because I'm just trying to go based off of how I'm feeling now, because apparently timing the contractions wasn't really doing much for me. And the other thing is I'm obviously having real contractions because I am dilating from them. So it's just hard to distinguish like what is like real and what is not. Like, this is so different than it was with Scarlett, which all labors are going to be totally different. So I totally get that. But it's confusing and hard to figure out. And now I'm like, if I start contracting, how will I know? Like, I don't want to wait too long, but I also don't want to go back to labor and delivery and then get sent home. So I know I keep telling myself, like, when it's actually, like, when the real deal's happening, I'll know. Like, I know I'll know. And I think yesterday, that's why I was so hesitant. Like I kept saying, like, I don't feel like this is real. Like this doesn't seem real, but my doctor was like, you need to go to labor and delivery. So I don't know. Anyways, that's what's going on. That's the update. Happy due date to baby Ben. And today would be a really cool day if he was born, because his great-great-grandpa, I think, was born on November 2nd and died on November 2nd. And he's being named after his great-grandpa. So it'd be a really cool day to have him, but how I'm feeling right now, I don't see anything changing, but I know you can go from like 0 to 100 super fast. So I know things could change very, very quickly, but that's where we're at. At least my body is, you know, doing what it's supposed to, and like it is progressing. We're just moving slow. This baby has taught me so much patience, let me just say that, from how long it took for us to get pregnant with him to everything we've been through our IVF journey and pregnancy, and now this whole labor situation. I have definitely had to practice patience and just let be what's meant to be. So I'm learning a lot, that's for sure. But I wanted to give you guys an update and share like what's going on and where we're at. So definitely think we're in early labor, and hopefully things start progressing and we don't have to be induced or anything, but it is what it is at this point. If we have to, it's fine. But that's all for today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.